St. Joseph's College for Women, Autonomous Visakhapatnam, Department of English, welcomes you to this online course on Professional Communication in Practice. As part of this course, Module 6 deals with media and journalism communication. Facilitated by Dr. T. Bhaskar Sudha, Head Department of English, St. Joseph's College for Women. By the end of this module, learners will be able to introduce the students to the fundamentals of media and journalism communication, develop an understanding of the role of media in society and democracy, enhance students' skills in news writing, reporting and editing, familiarize learners with different forms of media, print, electronic and digital media, develop critical thinking and analytical skills for interpreting media messages, improve communication skills required for media, presentation and public interactions, provide practical exposure to media production, interviews, and reporting techniques. This module consists of 5 subtopics. Number 1, Introduction to Media and Journalism Communication, Essential Media and Broadcasting Terminology, Writing and Presenting News Reports and Interviews, Effective Communication for Public Relations and Advertising, Ethical Considerations in Journalism and Media Communication. Now let us deal with the first topic, Introduction to Media and Journalism Communication. Now let us see what is the meaning of media and journalism. Media is a medium used to communicate information to the large audience. Includes print, electronic and digital platforms. Now journalism is a process of gathering, writing, editing and presenting the news. Focuses on the truth, accuracy and public awareness. What is the importance of these two, media and journalism together? They connect society with information, acts as a bridge between the government and the public. So the media or the journalism is like a watchdog to democracy. Now, let us deal with how actually media came into force. Firstly, the traditional media in olden days, in ancient days, were newspapers, magazines, and radios, which all of us have gone through. Then comes the electronic media, that is television and FM radio, which we have it now, and the new present century having a new media altogether is internet, social media, and blogs or podcasting, which nowadays everybody are actually presenting the news through these channels. Now, rapid growth due to digital technology and 24/7 news access and global communication. This is how media has evolved down the ages. Now, there are different types of medias. Now, let us see one by one. First is the print media, which is newspapers, magazines, or journals. Second is the electronic media, that is television or radio. Then you have social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Broadcasting media like news channels and podcasts. And the digital media, that is websites, social media, and YouTubes. Now, let's see the functions of the media. There are 5 functions of media which work 24/7. First, the media's main function is to inform, that is, provide news and information, provide accuracy, provide acute news to the society. Then it educates, it spreads knowledge and awareness. Then comes the entertainment, that is movie shows or cultural programs. Then watchdog role. As we discussed earlier this point, the watchdog role of the media is to make sure that things go on well in the society. Now, then comes the persuade in the sense through advertisements or campaigns. These are the 5 functions of media which media has to keep in mind. Then the role of journalism in society. It promotes democracy and transparency, creates public awareness, gives voice to the voiceless. encourages social changes, and ensures accountability of authorities. So, journalism plays an important role in the society by undergoing all these 5 points which we discussed now, because it is like it is a transparent thing which makes people understand what democracy is, what is freedom of speech, freedom to express your views, but keeping in mind not to violate or not to infringe or not to go into others' freedom. Right now, the what are the basic elements of journalism? One, first and the foremost, the news gathers and reporting. Right, first it gathers the news, it reports it. That is a basic element of journalism. Then after gathering the news, it edits and proofreading. First it after gathering the news, the reporters or the journalists sit and do the editing part of it and do the proofreading if any errors are there. Then interviewing techniques. Then after collecting all the information, then they are ready with the data where they can go for interviewing or talking to the to get the news. Then writing headlines and articles. Then fact checking and verification. You can't just print or publish anything without any proofreading or without any editing or without even checking the facts, because once when it goes online and when it goes on air or broadcast, it is the live thing which happens where everybody are watching it or viewing it. So we should be always be careful. The media journalists should always be careful of what information they are providing to the public. Then the skills required for a media and journalism. Every journalist or every reporter should have certain skills to be a great journalist, to be a great journalist. First is the strong communication skills, writing, speaking abilities, critical thinking and analysis, then research and observation skills, digital literacy and technical skills, confidence in creativity. Unless you want to be a journalist, you should have these skills. First, you gather information, you should have a communication skills should be strong, and you should be able to write and speak efficiently. You should think critically, not whatever information you get, it's not just publishing it online, but you have to think critically whether how far it's reaching, how far the verification is done, how far the facts are true. Then you have to do a little research and have an observation skills of what other channels or other journalists are doing, other companies are doing, so that you will get first-hand information correctly. Then you should also be aware of the digital literacy and technical skills to use it in a proper way. Then only you will be having the confidence and create your own content. Now, what are the ethics in media and journalism? Ethics is first and the foremost is the truth and accuracy. This is what journalism looks for. It should be the content, the news should be true to the fact, and it should have some accuracy in it. Then objectivity and fairness, avoiding fake news and bias, not to favor any parties or not to favor any group or not to favor any organization. As a journalist, we should not be biased to one particular group or one particular section. Everybody is equal here under democracy. So we have to be careful of how we are going to present the news. Then respect for privacy, professional responsibility and accountability to the public. So whatever the journalist says or the reporter says, they have to keep in mind that you are accountable to the public who are seeing or viewing it. So you should be very careful of how you are going to present your news. Then what is the impact of the digital media? Now the present world is revolving around the digital media. The instant news sharing, then citizen journalism grows, social media influences, challenges fake news and misfortunes or misinformations, opportunities for global communication. So the digital media is growing even more faster rather than the news channels, or you could say through newspaper or through journals, through print media. More than the print media, the digital media, which we have various platforms where our news can be spread across, that is more growing very faster. And we have to keep in mind that what news we are reading or how the information they get, whether it is genuine or not. Then career opportunities in media and journalism. Since discussed of various types of medias, what is the role of a media or journalism, or how the journalist has to take the ethical things into consideration. Now let us see what are the different opportunities if a person wants to undergo or want to take up journalism as a profession. What are the different career opportunities the person will have? First is being a reporter or a journalist. Then they can also be news anchors, then content writers, editors, radio jockeys, public relation officers, media researchers, and social media managers. Finally, let us conclude this topic. Essential for democracy and public awareness, offers diverse career opportunities. Media and journalists are powerful communication tools and requires ethical responsibility and creativity. This is what a journalism or a journalist should do. It actually gives a platform to make the democracy run smoothly. Public relations should be very good, creating public awareness programs so that public don't fall into false or fake news, right? And it requires ethical responsibility. So every journalist, every reporter, every media should take up this concept of ethical responsibility, until unless the news is correct, until unless the news has a validity, a credibility, or an accountability of it, we should not produce any news which goes viral, which actually makes people storm back against the journalism. So everybody should be responsible for these things. So this is what the topic is about media and journalism. We will continue this module in topic 2. So let's meet again in topic 2. Thank you.